guys, good morning. So I'm here trying to see if we could find where we could set up for the Eckler Miners Patchtown event. This is incredible. I'm here looking at all this stuff, all these different houses and everything. This is so pretty. Let me just switch the camera just so you guys can see. This is back there. There is so much history in this little town. How cute. Not sure. Hay gente que ellos So I'm just here trying to set up my table. I have some oatmeal and honey lotions. I have a few body washes, some sugar scrubs. I need to re-up on some of my supplies because I've been selling out a lot on the website. So this is what I brought so far. Here, there's a few things here. There's a few things here too. Some soaps. Have eucalyptus, cement, goat's milk, and honey. I have another self-love bar with goat's milk. So I kind of changed the way I'm wrapping them just so that way they can be a little bit more eco-friendly. In the beginning when I started, I was using like the plastic wrap and all that, but I'm trying not to, you know, have to use any kind of products that are not so eco-friendly. So I decided to use some coffee filters. Believe it or not, these are coffee filters. And you know, I have my little handmade with love sticker. Isn't that cute? Look at my husband setting up. Lo dije así mismo como tú lo dijiste. Just like you said it. Look at my husband setting up. Yay! That was so beautiful. Thank you. Okay.
A dining room and a kitchen area.
Guys, look how cool. This is a 1940s house. This is pretty interesting. I feel like I'm in a movie set, to be honest. This is amazing. Aww, little chairs. Okay. So I guess this was like a laundry room or laundry area at one point, and then this is their kitchen. A little fridge. Their stove. What do you guys think about this? Isn't this nice? This is so cool. I love it. I love it. I love how authentic everything looks. So I'm still here. It's 2:40. I made a few sales. I got a chance to talk to a few vendors and crafters here, and so far it's been a really nice event. It's a beautiful day. It's not too hot, not too cold, kind of like in between, but it feels good. This was an awesome day to plan an event. And oh, look at this. It was a whole outhouse. I don't know if I would go in, but but yeah. So in a little bit, I think I'm gonna start to pack up and kind of like take a little tour. Now that I'm here, and this is the first time I've ever actually come to this side of town, I was thinking like maybe I should just kind of take a tour and see like the different buildings, the different houses. So that's the vibe.
No, the way things worked out. I thought about getting married in the late 20s. That did not happen. So. Okay, well, this is a company store. This building was built for the Molly Maguire movie in 1968.
Okay.
With Sean Connery. It's not the original store. The original store would have been down close to where the doctor's office is. Now, as you or a minor family would come here to buy all your goods, foods, clothes, tools, probably dynamite and all that.
Okay.
Now, at the end of the pay period, they would deduct everything from your paycheck. Hopefully you had something left over.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this property was owned by the Cox family, and they were not as much into the company stores as some of the other mine owners. So they kind of got out of it a little bit earlier, and actually some places would pay in script, which was no good.
Yeah.
But here, if you had something left over, you probably got some cash, real money, instead of... So, basically, I still think that things are better here at that time if you came over early enough, before the First World War. Look at all what you missed. World War I, World War II, the Depression, and the Holocaust. Now, if you come here, things were probably a lot better in Europe, but here you had a little more freedom, and freedom of religion, too, which was a big thing. So, America is the opportune place. So, anyway. So.
That's very, very interesting.
My family came over in the 1630s, 1640s out of England to get out of...
From where?
Oh, wow.
From England. I think they were Puritans, so...
It's very interesting. So, I'm here just gathering the rest of my soaps. I'm trying to pack up so that way we can have a few minutes to kind of walk around and tour the rest of Edward Miners Village. So don't go nowhere. Stay. Stay.
I am Irish, Morris.
But you should see where that thing runs. Oh my God, I watched them run one time I was there, they threw stick phone.
Special occasion, and I don't know.
Wow. No. I don't know if we're supposed to go up here. Awesome. So could you tell me a little bit about what you're doing?
Absolutely. So I'm spinning yarn. I have silk here, which is obviously not the traditional. That is just, it was what I had on my wheel, and the kids like the fun colors.
Mm-hmm.
So, she has alpaca,
Oh.
and she has wool.
That's awesome.
So we're spinning it into yarn. We're taking the animal hairs, making yarn, which then can be made into, if you knit or crochet, any of your products. So she made that scarf out of that yarn, and that's all those steps.
Oh, wow. This is very creative.
So the wheel, you have the pedal, you go, it spins. As this is spinning, it is twisting this into a yarn. It is also pulling it up onto the bobbin. So while you're pedaling with your foot, you have to hold this twist, and you're kind of pulling this in the back to make it the width that you want it, the thickness of the yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And so then as you're pulling, then you'll feed this twist back, and then you let it take it in. You get your length, you feed the twist back, and you let it take it in. So it's just very, I am not as consistent as they are. As you can see, I have some bulky parts that are like thicker. I have some thin, tiny ones. But that's what we just make it and call it art yarn then, and we'll make it into a fun, funky scarf, and somebody will love it.
Yeah,
They are
that's
much
really
more
great.
consistent. They're very.
I wasn't when I started.
No, and they have
Just a matter of practice,
They
right?
have a lot more practice under them than I do. Now she is also spinning with a drop spindle instead of this wheel.
Oh, wow.
So in other countries like Peru and Ecuador, and they have drop spindles. Turkey, this is a Turkish drop spindle, and you can walk with this while you're spinning
While you're
yarn.
spinning it. Okay.
So they'll be walking to the grocery store or go to take care of the animals. They'll have, you said they carry a satchel of
It's like a little, just a little bag.
a little bag on their arm or their wrist or whatever that'll have these fibers in them from the animals, and they'll be spinning while they're walking.
That's pretty neat.
So it's pretty cool. And on there you can feel all the different textures. So
Ooh.
this is the silk, which is super soft.
Hold this for me.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that is
spinning
very
there.
soft.
This is cotton. So you got the cotton plant there.
Oh, yeah.
So the longer the hair, the easier it is to spin. And also the wool, you're going to feel it's rougher, right?
Yeah.
Each piece of hair has little like burrs on it, and they catch each other like a Velcro. So that's what grabs onto
like
each
invert
other
each of
so
each
that they
other.
can twist together and grab. The smoother it is, the less burrs it's going to have. So
Oh,
it
I
might
see. So it might take a
pull-
little longer to kind of
to grab
get them
and-
to grasp.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, so you'll feel that difference in the wool. This wool is not as, it is washed, but not as much. You can feel this lanolin. You feel that like oily texture to it. The sheep has that naturally in their fiber, and that's what
see.
keeps them
Yeah.
dry when it's raining and they have the horrible weather. That's what keeps them dry and warm through all of that weather. I don't remember where she said that they,
Yeah, like kind of like silky, like oily.
in Ireland, the certain sweaters, what are they called? Iran sweaters?
Aaron.
Okay. They will keep some lanolin in them so that when they're out on the ships and they're getting that mist and that water, that lanolin is going to keep them from getting wet.
That's pretty cool.
You can feel
Yeah.
it, yeah. So when we're spinning like this drop spindle, it was nice to learn on with wool that also had the lanolin in it because it catches easier. So it makes it easier to get the feel for the spinning.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
And I did a whole bobbin. So now I'm gonna go back to this.
Well, thank you so much for explaining that for us. This is pretty neat. This is very interesting texture, and the fact that it has like, it feels like oil, yeah.
Yep, lanolin is a type of oil. I think you can actually buy lanolin.
Can you buy, well, it's in.
So she has her little chart of like what was used. So you have like indigo and goldenrod. The indigo is, it looks like spinach.
Yeah.
When you grow it, it's the leaves, but when you do the dyeing and it's like you do the process and right before you put the yarn in, I forget what you add, some chemical, and everything turns blue.
Oh wow.
It's
I
think
know.
when you
Look how
leave it in
beautiful,
there, it does look
guys.
blue, but as soon
Look at
as
the
you twist it
patterns and the
together-
Yeah, that's what it
colors.
was
This is
when
all
you brought it back.
natural plant-based colors. Isn't that neat?
This is turmeric.
Right, that's like
Oh yeah,
for
turmeric.
mustard.
I actually use that in some of my products. I make holistic skincare.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
very good. There's goldenrod is, this is half, I'd put 2 pots. I'd put half of the skein in the goldenrod, which is the yellow, and half in the indigo. So when you work this up, it's that there.
It gives this pattern.
Yeah, that pattern.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, that's really neat.
Now this is all
Isn't that pretty?
sheep's-
Like the
sheep's
patterns
wool
and everything. So this is sheep's wool.
from my sheep, and I spun this yarn.
Oh, this is awesome.
And this madder, have you used madder? It's a red. It's a root of a plant, and it's the dye they use for the British redcoats to make the
Okay, to
uniforms.
make the uniforms.
And it doesn't fade. I've had this yarn for probably 10 years.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
And
I
this
didn't
is
know that.
from a beetle that lives on cactus plants called cochineal.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
Yes.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Yeah. That I just ordered. It came as a powder.
Elderberry. You use elderberry?
Yeah, elderberry.
Oh yeah.
I think they get it in
red
Mexico,
cabbage.
the beetle.
Red cabbage.
Pokeberry. Is that
Purple
little
and
brownish?
purple basil. And what did you say?
They get it in Mexico, I think, the beetle.
The beetle?
Yes.
I was looking at
yes,
something.
yes.
Like a documentary. We were watching a documentary about it. And how like they use it, they also add it to some food products too. Oh really? Like for coloring.
Yes.
Yeah, I think people were upset about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we all eat beetles.
I mean, there's
So there you have it, guys. So this was a very interesting vending craft show event. You know, I got to learn some history about the Eckler Miners Village. I hope you guys liked the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe and catch you later. Bye.